Okay, so it's really hard to hear. If you would do us a favor and speak up, if you can be as loud as I can so everybody can hear your question. And we'll do everything we can to make sure you can hear him. And you're free to come up a little bit closer when you ask your question so you can get your response if you can't hear all the way in the back. All right, so this is just a Q&A session, so we're just opening the floor up for questions. Go for it.
Mr. Cole.
Gotta be loud.
Mr. Cole, to which do you attribute, to which chances do you attribute the success of Huawei in the previous year and the year before that?
Maybe you can give me something.
Sorry, one more time.
What are the main reasons for the success of Huawei in the past year or two?
Oh, okay. So I think actually Huawei, we started our business 30 years ago, and for the consumer business maybe almost more than 10 years. Most important thing is we put our customer always as a first priority. And for example, for our smartphone, we'd like to make the consumers to be the first priority, to understand what consumers really need, what their headache. For example, smartphone, the consumers always headache about the battery life, and they are also pay more attention on the camera effect. So we are invest a lot of R&D resource on the to have the better performance, to have a longer battery life, and also have the best camera effect. So this is our strategy, and also we are invest a lot for R&D. Every year we invest almost 10% of the revenue to R&D, and among that, 10% of the R&D we invest for the research, for the technology long term. So that means we invest a lot of money for the to develop to R&D, to develop excellent technology, to develop products, and we are focused on our customer, focused on the consumers to solve their problem. So this is I think that why Huawei can to win a lot of the consumer, and they like to love Huawei products.
Given everything you've just said, why does the Mate 20 and 20 Pro have the dual SIM that only allows you to use one SIM if you want to use a memory card? Why didn't you make it so that you could have two SIMs at the same time? Something very important for your Chinese customers, and extra memory at the same time. I mean, that would be a great thing for the P30 or the Mate 30.
Actually, for the flagship, the most headache is space. If you want to make the larger, if you want to, for example, I make the huge smartphone, but I still using one SIM card with nano memory card, or two dual SIM card. We are not the dual SIM card plus nano memory card, because
I'm saying you should be. I mean, some of your competitors are doing it. And
so I just want to save space to the battery, or save space to the camera. So this is I think the first priority. So we'd like to, if we have space, we'd like to share the space to the camera, to the battery.
Space is always the final frontier, but hopefully you'll make space to have the three next time.
Maybe if you pay more attention on our portfolio, you will find the smartphone lower than $200. We have the two SIM card plus the SD card.
Yeah, but if I'm buying the flagship, I want the flagship to have that. But anyway, I'll let other people ask questions.
What was the reason for nano instead of micro SD card?
This is also the most important for the flagship is the space. We'd like to save the space.
Okay, question?
Where did the name come from? I understand you invented it, and does it have an Australian connection?
Sorry?
The name
Where
of
did
the
the
Mate.
naming of Mate come from?
Okay.
The inspiration for that?
Actually, we are start the Mate series for the almost 7 years, and we'd like to have the as your best friend, so we use the Mate. Yeah.
Was there an Australian connection?
Australia,
Australia.
I think so. I think so. We
Sure,
have.
We'll go with that.
Yeah.
You can say that in Australia.
Yeah.
Question?
With the new phone, you still have the bezel on the top of the notch. But during the P20 Pro launch, your president said that you were researching on having the screen be above that camera sensors. When will we see the product in a full screen?
I think that maybe nowadays we design our Mate 20 with this kind of the screen. I think that this is nowadays is still the best solution because we are make the space the notch is very small. So this is the reason. And we also integrate a lot of the sensors for the Mate 20 Pro. So still has a very small notch. So this is the situation for the Mate 20 series. And we are looking for the new technology for the future. We'd like to not only integrate the best camera in front and also make the dark space smaller and smaller. Wait and see.
We're not talking about future products and
Thank you.
innovation. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so Huawei has emerged as the second biggest in shipments in the last quarter. So how do you think the trend will follow in the upcoming months, upcoming quarters, and how the Mate 20 series is going to play a role in that?
Last quarter for the second quarter of this year, we are got ranked number two. Actually, this quarter is maybe weakness quarter for Apple, so we can reach to the rank number two. Actually, we are still in total this year. Maybe we can ship the shipment for the smartphone maybe higher than 200 million units. Last year we shipped 150 million units. This year maybe we can reach to 200 million units. But they're still slightly lower than Apple. But our market share increased quarter by quarter. So maybe we still have opportunity to take over. So this is depend on the products and also depend on the consumer whether they can choose in Huawei. And the Mate 20, I think the Mate 20, Mate 10 we have the more than 10 million units of shipment, and the Mate 20 I'm sure we can higher than Mate 10, much higher. Yeah.
Question on there?
What is your plan relating to Honor brand, and do you plan to sublet other Y series and other mid to low end segments as well?
Yeah. Actually, Huawei brand and the Honor brand, we'd like to start to build the different brand image to the consumers. That means we'd like to give the consumer totally different brand image. Huawei should mean we'd like to give the consumer the Huawei brand is a very good brand, premium brand, but Honor maybe it's a very close and friendly brand. So we give the consumer a different image for the different brand. So this is our target. But nowadays we just start. We start from the Huawei and together with Honor. Honor is start from the e-commerce in China. So we'd like to work for the different image for this.
So do you want to retain the Y series and the Nova series under the Huawei?
Huawei, we still have the Nova, where we have the Y series, but Honor, there's totally different brand image. Yeah.
Do you count Honor sales within your own, within Huawei sales when you're reporting about the shipment?
Actually, nowadays, Huawei brand and Honor brand, we are belong to the different department, internal Huawei, separate. We are already separate.
So when you say you're number 2, it's you alone, not included Honor.
Nowadays it's still included. Nowadays is included. It's a Huawei company, the shipment of Huawei company, not the Huawei brand.
It's all the series.
Yes.
Nova, Y, P,
Yes.
everything cumulative that comes out of Huawei. Okay. Question back there.
Given that some phones are moving away from fingerprint sensors and relying on 3D facial recognition, why go to the expense and to research and putting a fingerprint sensor under the glass? Do you think that fingerprint sensors are that important in future phones?
Yeah, we are doing some survey from the consumers because consumers they are really, let's say in the past several years, 3 to 4 years, they are already get used to the fingerprint, back fingerprint, front fingerprint. But nowadays we have the full screen design, so it's a little difficult for us to design a fingerprint outside the screen. So we design the fingerprint in screen, on the screen. So this is I think even we have the 3D face unlock, but we'd like to give the consumer more choice. That means the consumer can use Face ID, face unlock, and also you can use the fingerprint to unlock. So this give the consumer more choice. Let the consumer have the more confidence. Yeah.
How difficult was it to create that? Because that's the question I wanted to ask. And was it a Huawei design or was it Qualcomm or how hard was it to make it under the screen fingerprint reader?
Actually, on the display is a little difficult compared with the previous fingerprints because you have to make the sensor can detect your finger through the display. So it's a little difficult. So this is a lot of technology inside.
And that's Huawei design or?
Huawei design, but we work together with our partner.
Who's Qualcomm or somebody else?
No Qualcomm. Some other partner.
Sorry, go ahead.
As we are speaking of the displays, we haven't seen any display manufactured by Huawei. I mean, either you are using LG's displays or Samsung's AMOLED display. We haven't seen any innovation in that department.
Actually, we are working together with a lot of the leading supplier in the world. So you mentioned about some name, but today we are not give the name of the supplier because we are in different products. We have the different supplier, so we do not want to make the chaos to the consumers. A lot of the conflict information. But actually, we are working together with a lot all the leading supplier for the screen.
And you have no such plans for the future?
For what?
For manufacturing your own displays?
Nowadays, no.
So you said the consumers they want more battery and higher resolution cameras. So are the consumer preferences same across different market segments according to your research? Like if the consumers in different categories, for example, those who buy cheaper smartphones or those who buy iPhones, these consumer preferences are the same across?
Should be some difference. Should be different, but I'd like to say the battery life is and the best camera is also in the different. I think it's the top 2. Of course, in the entry-level smartphone, they also care about the memory because the storage always not enough. So storage for the entry-level smartphone is also headache. So we'd like to integrate more storage for the entry-level smartphone. So this is I think slightly different, but using a smartphone, the experience is the most important.
That's out of time. Last question.
Decision to say introduce light and pro devices, like you have Mate 20 Pro, Mate 20. Do you think that decision might dilute the whole series in the long run, and that some of them might lose their exclusivity? Looking from the customer point of view, because you can have the same phone, expensive, and somebody can have the identical looking phone, but for the fraction of the price. will that dilute the brand, you think, or what's the reaction of the
He's asking if you have like multiple products in the series,
Yes.
and one's cheaper than the other. Does it dilute the brand by having a cheaper version that looks just like your, like a lot cheaper than your like the Pro?
Light
Okay.
versus Pro.
Yeah.
You mean Mate Light? Oh.
for example?
Oh, okay. Understand. Understand.
Brand image.
Yeah, I think you are right. Actually, we are still discover what is the best for the brand and balance for the sales. Because obviously, if we only sell very let's say higher price, is very good for the brand, but a little difficult for the sales. So we are make the balance. So build the brand, we should let's say focus on the one higher price range, not sell the cheaper one. But for the sales team, it's like to reuse the higher brand to sell cheaper one. So actually, we are still learning and discover what is the best balance.
I think it's also very similar to buying a car. You can add the, all the bells and whistles, and the
Cheaper one.
well, are we talking about the Mate 20 and the Mate 20 Pro?
He means Mate 20 Pro and Mate 20 Lite.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah,
three
many
times-
many Mate 20 Lite. I know.
Gotcha.
So I think this is
Sorry, I thought we were talking about the products we announced today.
yeah
Sorry.
yeah.
Similarly priced, but for us,
Yes.
different.
Okay, gotcha.
I'd like to say we are still to discover and learn what is the best solution for the consumers. But I think the brand is the most important thing than the sales. I mean, if they want to sell a premium brand but with a lower price, I don't think this should be the best solution. But nowadays, maybe it's a temporary.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
If anybody wants to get a picture, we can let